All right, it is time. I'm in the left face-off circle. Let's fire shots. One-timers. Questions, answers,
yes,
definitive
thoughts.
Answers.
Right.
Yeah.
All of the above.
Correct answers. Only correct answers.
Only correct ones. So
I was told that somebody thinks I'm 75% wrong. I was told that.
Wow. Well, maybe they're 100% wrong.
Maybe.
No.
It's very possible. It's very possible.
Just kidding. That's okay.
No,
we can all be.
It's okay.
We can all have our own opinions. Which, curious about your opinion. So you can't deny how great Lamar Jackson's talent is. However, he is now being known as a choker in the playoffs because he can be phenomenal in the regular season and then awful in the postseason. So is it justifiable to get rid of a quarterback who's extremely great for a team in the regular season, but he just can't lock it down in the post?
To get rid of him?
Yeah.
No.
To go with a different quarterback.
No. Lamar Jackson is going to be the unanimous MVP. He is one of the best players in the National Football League. There's a difference between can't win and hasn't won. We have to recognize that two things can be true at the same time. They haven't won, but they can win. The biggest difference for me is that Lamar Jackson, whether it was his own doing, because it might have been, because there is a thought that everybody telling Lamar that, you have to win from the pocket, you have to just win the game. Nobody cares how you get it done. Have we watched Josh Allen?
Exactly.
So, Josh Allen has no problem at all with just tucking it and running it and bowling over people. This is going to sound harsh, but Josh Allen being white allows him to do that without being labeled. Lamar Jackson, because he's not white, if he does that, it's automatic. Oh, see, he can't beat you from the pocket. All of that is garbage, and it's offensive. But Lamar Jackson needed to just play his game, which is, a lot with the legs. Like Josh Allen's game is a lot with the legs. You should do that. We didn't see that. So there were 8 runs. He was credited with running the ball 8 times. They were not all designed runs. There were some scrambles there. That number is way too small for me. Mm-hmm. I mean, he should be scrambling 7 times, and there should be about 8 to 10 design runs for Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's what he's good at.
Look at the best of Cam Newton. Mm-hmm. Just go back and look at that. That's who Lamar Jackson needs to be. And I would never get rid of him.
Yeah.
He's too damn good.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because that leads to my next one. So, winning.
But real quick, before you...
Yes.
I didn't surprise people by reminding them that Josh Allen was white. Did I? I
don't
hope
think
not.
so.
I hope not. Okay.
I don't think so. So it is important for a quarterback to win, and you would think winning would be enough. But why we keep getting Brock Purdy shade thrown all the time kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
And Chris Canty on Unsportsmanlike this morning is still set on this, that he's not convinced of Brock Purdy's talents. However, he keeps winning. So, does Brock Purdy need to beat Patrick Mahomes in this year's Super Bowl to finally get the naysayers to maybe acknowledge his talent?
You mean in the second year of the guy who was picked last in the draft?
Exactly.
Everything I just said about what Lamar Jackson should do is what Brock Purdy did.
Yeah.
And by the way, he made great throws in the second half. He didn't have a great first half. Similar to the first half against Green Bay in the previous round. Didn't have a great first half. But man, that dude has the ability to come through when it counts. And it's funny, I watched, it was Louis Riddick on whatever show it was on ESPN. And he's on this kick. Why do we just demand that other quarterbacks win? And that's enough. Mm-hmm. But when Brock Purdy wins, but makes some mistakes here and there throughout, that's not enough. Like, why does Brock Purdy have to be perfect and the other quarterbacks just need to get the job done? What Brock Purdy did was just get the job done. And by the way, he was freaking amazing in the second half.
He was.
So the answer is sometimes Chris Canty tries to be a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we've all done it.
Right.
We've all done it.
Sure.
I think that, no, Brock Purdy doesn't have to win. My opinion of him will not change when Patrick Mahomes wins his third Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So, and look, my wife's a 49ers fan. I would love for her to get the pleasure of winning a Super Bowl.
Happy wife, happy life.
Right. I want her to be happy.
Yeah.
But I do think Kansas City's going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because 15 is different.
It is.
And I think Brock Purdy is dynamite, and I think he'll be a good quarterback for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I like Brock. And then also in the NBA, moving towards the NBA, Dillon Brooks last night received a flagrant one against LeBron James.
Who sold it?
He did. LeBron definitely sold it yesterday. So do you have any issues? Because there is a difference between Draymond Green and Dillon Brooks, or maybe not. Do you have any issues with that style of play?
No, I don't have any issues with that style of play if the rest of your game is also impactful. And I think Dillon Brooks can be a good player. He goes too far. Did LeBron, European soccer it up? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
I'm surprised they didn't bring out a stretcher.
Yeah, exactly.
But, no, I have no problem with Dillon Brooks being an agitating player. I have no problem with it. And I would have no problem with Draymond Green doing that if the rest of his game was still what it can be. But I don't think Draymond Green has that kind of an impact anymore.
Yeah.
But Dillon Brooks can still have an impact just with his basketball. He can shoot. He can actually defend. But he does like to cross the line. But there's room for that in all sports. There's room for that in hockey. There's room for that in football because it creates a seed of doubt. So, yeah, I got no problem with Dillon Brooks. I probably have more problem. This is the one fair criticism of LeBron is that sometimes he's a little whiny.
Yeah, a
we
little
don't
bit.
need it. You're the best player I've ever seen.
He is. He doesn't need the theatrics.
Just be that.
Yeah.
Be that. Brush it off. All right. I guess that's those one-timers. Those are I thought fantastic questions.